Atlantic Ocean, upon me hills, to country, to educate, elevate, and promote. Yeah, focus on Liberia, for Liberia, Liberia, for Liberia, yeah. From Monday to Sunday. From Monday to Sunday, it's focus on Liberia. Talk about home affairs, in diaspora, current affairs, reliable information. Education, entertainment, business, sports, advertisement, articulation. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. From Monday to Sunday.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in. It is 4 o'clock on the East Coast, and it is 4 o'clock on Sunday. We will be here to bring you this show. I know there's a soccer game going on. Our cousins across the border. Canada is playing South Africa. It's a great game. I'm watching it as we speak. But our first commitment is to you. No matter what, the show has to go on. We owe it to you. We owe it to our parent company, Focus on Liberia. Our job is to bring you what was promised. We promised you on Sundays at 4 o'clock. On Point will be here no matter what. That's our social contract with you. On Sundays, we will be here to give you the week in review of what is happening in Liberia and around the world. Today, there is no exception to that because there's a lot happening around the world, especially when it comes to sports. If you are a sports lover, today or the months of June and July, we are having a bonanza. Something is happening in the world, and it is not happening silently. I have a friend who said, this doesn't look like the World Cup. This looks like the African Cup of Nations, especially when you look at the African teams. You look at France, you look at Great Britain, you look at, you name it, just maybe one or two or three countries in the World Cup that do not have black players on their teams. So this is actually the African Cup of Nations. With the exception of Argentina and a few other countries. But when the idea came about that they were going to expand the World Cup, there were the racist British and Italians that were saying there would be better teams from Europe to qualify to give the football its traditional flavor, then to incorporate all of these people as evidenced by the loser, Harry King, when he says, countries, people like Ghana, they come to this World Cup and they just play defense, they sit around, play defense, sit around, they fight for a draw. This is a complete idiotic remark and a racist. Harry King failed to break down the defense of the Ghanaians. The Ghanaians said today is not the day that the colonial power is going to colonize us and push us around. We're going to teach them a lesson. So the game between Ghana and Great Britain was not only about soccer. It has history, it has culture, it has pride, it has racism, everything riding upon it. So yes, based on the decision made by FIFA to enlarging, to bring in more people under the tent, paid off is one of the biggest gambles that have ever paid off, big time. We want to salute the darling of the World Cup, Cape Verde, Cabo Verdes. Hopefully my Portuguese is good. And you saw last night the final game between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Uzbekistan. Today, we had 10 teams out of Africa. We got 9 that qualified for the second round. With the exception of Tunisia, the leopards of Congo show up roaring. This is a victory for multiculturalism. But some people are saying, based on history, the white folks are very smart. Africa in the next 10 or 15 years will be the most populated continent. Not only that, but its population, 65% of its population is under 30. So this is the direction of soccer. This is the direction of the next world. This is the world order we've been talking about. So if soccer is now the at home in Africa, why not we include more Africans? That's why we call it sociological imagination. They are ahead of the game. They know the birth rates in the West have declined and it will continue to decline. God has endowed our continent with athleticism, with wit, grit, and integrity. Today I was reading I think it was the Wall Street Journal. I was reading the Wall Street Journal, and they said 8 African kids were selected in the first and second round of the NBA draft out of Nigeria. 8. And there were kids even drafted from the NBA Academy in Africa. There are African Nigerian kids playing in the National Hockey League in Canada. We got African kids playing lacrosse. If I were you, if I was a betting man, I would put my money on Africa. The next 2 World Cups, we have arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking. Let me welcome Dr. Fidel. Budy, welcome to the show, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Gayman. We listened to you express your thoughts, and yeah, I think it's very interesting. A lot of great points, which I think we need to reflect on, and hopefully our audience can do the same as well. But no, great to be here as always.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As I've always said, in the midst of great games that everybody wants to watch, I know you are, but we have a social contract with you that comes daytime, no matter what rain or shine, we will be here. You can listen to us on radio, you can do whatever, but we say we'll be here, we'll be here. We want to watch the game too, we'll be here. Let me welcome Honorable Victor Nagbe. Victor Nagbe, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Gayman. It's good to be with you. Yes, this is the year of the African teams. I was just looking it up. I think the African continent sent the second highest number of teams.
Of course.
10 teams. I think 16 came out of the Europe. And the qualification to the round 32 percentage-wise, I think we have the highest number of percentage of teams qualified. Out of 10, 9 are going. And the Europeans are sending in about 82% of the teams cross over to the 32. So I think we have enough to celebrate. The teams are doing very well. I'm really kind of impressed. I'm feeling good. I still maintain, I believe someone once said, and I agree that an African team might be in the final, you know.
But we won it the African won it last. Well, two tournaments ago in France.
Well, African blood wise, and I saw another Nigerian on social media. He said the Nigerian blood, not just African blood, the Nigerian blood in the World Cup now, they're big enough to form a whole team. I think he counted about 15 Nigerian blood that's playing now. But to give it back to you, I think this is a very, we've been arguing for a long time to expand the number of teams. Now they've taken it to 48, and look what they got. We're giving them the best entertainment. I mean, yep. Cabo Verde, you're talking about Cabo Verde. It's a country that's less than 500,000 people. It's through to the round of 32. You're talking about countries like, where Luis Suarez is from. They struggle. I'm not even sure whether they're in or Uruguay,
No, Paraguay's gone.
Yeah, so Zidane, I think he's did he from France or Iran? Iranian descent, I think, in France. But just the big names, are sitting out, and the smaller little guys are doing it. So we're very excited. Last night I was watching DR Congo. I mean, they took out Uzbekistan. I mean, took them apart. Yeah. And today, like you're saying, Bafana is supposed to be playing.
I think Canada is going to lose this game.
Yeah. So, but this is very exciting to be here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are talking about. And Africa didn't shoot one gun to make it to where they are. They persisted. They have been there. They have done that. And we have to give it to Patrick Lumumba looking like the gentleman at the World Cup, wearing, looking just like Patrick Lumumba. And this guy stands for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
He is another iconic subject from Africa in the World Cup. Besides, besides Cape Verde, even when they deny him the visa, wherever they gather, he's standing on a pedestal in the bright colors of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Well, guys, Dr. Budy, we are talking about some great stuff. It's not politics all the time. We're going to talk about sports. So let's talk about your racist England.
You talk about Lumumba. I wanted to quickly add, yeah, we saw the representation of Patrice Lumumba, a guy who was, killed savagely, brutally. We didn't see Kasavubu anyway. I didn't see Kasavubu anyway in the stand. Did you see Mobutu in the stand? So I mean, it just go to say, sometimes, we've had lots of bad calls made on the continent by people who are not of the continent, and they've come into our home and they've influenced us, to go against one another. I mean, the story of Patrice Lumumba, and simply because he stood up, to the colonialists and defended his people, but the people know. And so, yes, they will continue to remember him, and pay homage to him. And I saw a couple of the people, uh, trying to be Patrice Lumumba, which is a good thing. So I hope, our Western Uncle Toms were watching last night, and these people will be thrown out of our continent. It may not be during our lifetime, but they don't belong. They don't. European Americans, they don't belong. Yes, I'm in America, but I'm here because of what it took from my continent. That's why I'm here. I am living off what it took from me. I'm not here on borrowed time. I follow up on what it took from me. That's why I'm here in America. They know they took from us, unfairly, and they know that. That's why today they're running up and down. Macron is all over the place from Kenya to Ghana to all over the place, but we know we would rightfully take back what belongs to us.
Dr. Budy, your racist brother, your icon out of England by the name of Harry King, funny looking individual.
Yes, funny looking guy.
Funny looking guy. You can defend your crime if you want. Go ahead, Chief.
Well, if you followed or follow my position on these issues, you would know. So on Tuesday, I was supporting Ghana. If you looked at my Facebook page before the game started, I said very clearly, "Come on, Ghana, let's beat the colonialists." I was disappointed at the referee. I shouted at my screen when he didn't award a penalty for what, and a red card, by the way, when Jerome fouled the Ghanaian player as he was bearing down on goal. And to even rule it as offside when this guy was like 2 miles onside, it was a travesty. Unfortunately, because it's an African team, the Western media have not given it the coverage that they would have given it if it had happened the other way. Imagine Harry Kane was bearing down on goal, and the Ghanaian defender tackled him as he did, and the referee gave an offside when it wasn't. Uh, Almost a week later, we'll still be hearing about it, and that's how they're able to divide and conquer with their propaganda and the mechanisms that they have in place to bring those out. But look, I'm not surprised that Harry Kane would say what he said. That is in the mindset of a lot of white people in the West. In the UK, for example, we see this on a daily basis with the rise of reform and other right wing leaning or individuals. So that he would say that is not strange. For me, I just want to shift slightly. So I'm not sure if you guys covered this, but one of the English players, a black player who's a Muslim player as well, called Jet Spence, refused to shake the hands of Thomas Partey because Partey is been accused of sexual assault and rape in the UK. Even though he hasn't been convicted, he's awaiting trial next year. And I wrote about this. A few friends of mine called me, and I had some heated arguments with people that look, as a black man, right, he should understand that these white people don't really care much about him, right? Especially in England. I don't know. Obviously, I'll leave the American side for what they don't see him as equal. They don't see him as worth playing for the national team. They will ridicule him like they did to Bukayo Saka and Marcus Rashford when they missed penalties in Euros. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. They don't care, about you because they're very racist, right? So one, you should understand when black people are brought into the criminal justice system in these countries, they are disadvantaged. So Thomas Partey being accused, again, I'm not sure whether he did it because he hasn't been convicted yet. But even if he's innocent, uh, he's already at a disadvantage because of the color of his skin. So to see another black man uh, refusing to shake his hands when all of the other players, black and white, shook his hands, was something that I spoke about. And on top of that, as someone who's a Muslim, apparently the first Muslim to play for the English national team, he understands that he has two different prejudices against him. One, he's black. Two, he's Muslim. And they see him, again, forgive me for the language, one as a monkey and two as a terrorist, right? So he should have a better understanding of why you don't not shake Thomas Partey hands and amplify something that didn't deserve that level of amplifying. But it tells you about the psyche of us as Black people in these Western countries. A lot of us have been programmed to believe that we have to perform for our white masters so that they don't kick us out of the big house, right? Because he believes that he has opportunities, and if he don't show to the white world that he's a feminist by not shaking this guy hands, then he could lose the opportunities that he has. And it's a bigger conversation for us as black people in these white dominated countries that we need to continue to have, because a lot of our brothers are ill-informed and they will continue to perform for the white audiences to try and maintain the so-called privileges that they have. And I just thought that was very appalling. And even a guy like John Terry, and I'll end on this point, who was convicted by the FA for racially abusing Anton Ferdinand, a black player, came out and said that he would have shook Thomas Partey's hand because we have a system where people are innocent until they're proven guilty. So even someone who the FA felt was racist to a black player can come out and say, no, I would have shook the black player's hand, because again, he's innocent. And then you have another black player. But again, to just speak to this, um, these guys have programmed us in ways that, if we don't spend time reading and educating ourselves, we will be the main perpetrators of harm, racist harm against each other. But with Harry Kane, I'm not surprised. He's a white privileged kid, so I'm not surprised that he will come out and say some nonsense as he did.
Great. Let me welcome Mr. Anthony Gay. It's been a while. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Sorry I'm late because I was on another platform just now, so I just exited that.
You're a man in demand.
We are saying here for you to leave the beautiful game of soccer to
I know my World Cup, my man.
and to leave the World Cup to come and do what we call civic duty.
It's tough, but yeah, we got to do that.
We could have just said, we cancel the show, we do it late, but no, our social contract says we'll be here 4 Eastern time, and that's what we say we're going to do, and that's what we are doing. Welcome to the show, Mr. Gay.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for all of you, Mr. Nagbe, Dr. Budy, and the rest of the team for holding it down. Like I said the other day, you guys have been doing a fantastic job, and so I'm just here to add my voice.
Great. I want to, before we go to politics, I just want to, today I was watching a video, a special on the soccer ball that is being used in the World Cup. And the technology that is into that soccer ball that we are seeing is amazing. When you open the ball, you see the magnetics that is in the ball. It is a chip. They say when they are giving the offside thing and that blue thing that you see.
Yeah, is that chip that projecting it?
That chip that is projecting where the person stands, the person leaning. It is not the referee, it is the ball. And not where the player is, it is where the player is when the ball is struck. So I mean, they were explaining this thing, and I was watching. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. That chip sends out billions of images and information that transmit through Verizon that goes all the dollars. Then it goes into the different systems. And then before it's projected onto our screen, just imagine how much speed that is to happen. So I'm sitting here and I'm saying, you kidding me? The technology that they have to put a chip in there to the point where it does not impact the velocity, the speed, the balance, everything. I mean, this is just, it is amazing. It is amazing what is going on. But ladies and gentlemen,
that's nanotechnology. The chip has to be of no consequence, no weight at all. I mean, They
and plus with the technology of fiber optic to transfer that data in real time, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Just imagine how hard you got kicked that ball. Okay?
And the kind of server processing power, what we call the GPU, right? It's crazy. So you can Google something called a 10U10P, and it will tell you how much data within a given second that can be transmitted. That's how you understand that particular thing. So another layer that I just gave you, a 10U10P.
And I'm going to go on a link here and say there's several chips in there. It's not just one chip. Several chips doing several different things at one time.
Yes.
Yep.
And these people were talking about the length of the amount of the fiber, the optics that are involved. They say, well, it's like, oh Lord.
I make it simple for you. Just Google the thing they call 10U10P. Then you know exactly what you're talking about. It will give you all of the specificity that you want. That's the protocol I just gave you. I just give you, one. I can't say much because of where I work. So that's all I can say.
Wow. That is, I mean, so you see, from our day where the rule was, you miss the ball, don't miss the boom.
That rule still exists on certain pitches, right?
Yeah, right.
Some old time.
When they declare your government move, forget it.
But when we were, just imagine. I mean, the human mind is a terrible thing to waste. Every time we were playing, when we were growing up, the last 15 minutes of the game, they say carpenter shot open. Referee get caught out. So you just kick it. Just imagine how many talented players, how many individuals that we damaged. Okay, just for the mindset, my man. The last 15 minutes, no referee, carpenter shot open. You just see somebody just boom, break their foot or sprain their ankle or whatever. These are the things I'm talking about. We are like barbarians. Hey. I do come out. Let me take the man out of here, man. Let me take the man out of here. I don't want to hear I doesn't respond. Why you want to put that kind of man on our show? Are you okay, man? But ladies and gentlemen, the show is going well. Let's delve into the topics. I think everybody.
Mr. Water, don't worry.
He want to preempt. Don't even read anything this man say.
Don't worry, Mr. Water.
I don't read anything Water said because he knows what's coming. He want to preempt it so he can kind of soften the blow. But the topics we're going to be talking about today, we want to make it clear here. Guys, we are bereaved. Thursday, our friend and brother, Jimmy Eastman, lost the matriarch of the family. His mother passed at the
Oh
age
my God.
at the age of 96. He was able to come on to produce the show, and I told him he didn't have to stay. He have to leave. So, guys, reach out to Jimmy Eastman and the family. Send them your condolences. A guy who,
my dad just 1 year.
yeah, a guy who, that's how it usually happens when the old folks been together so long. When one goes,
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
yeah, there's
The
nothing
other
to
one will
live,
follow. Yeah.
there's nothing to live for, and that's just how it is. Especially when they are close in age. Another big one, another death announcement. The wife of the Islamic leader Farrakhan, Khadija Farrakhan, passed also at the age of 96. So everybody
When the
within
last
that,
time I saw her, I think she was at the Jesse Jackson thing, right?
I'm not sure, but yes, but she passed this week also at the age
Okay.
of 96.
Oh no, that was Hosmer was there. He
Yes,
was not there.
she passed at the age of 93. He just turned 96.
Wow.
So, Mr. Eastman, the Eastman family, we want to extend our condolences on behalf of this show. You have been one of the outstanding members of our show for a very long, long time.
Yep.
So we want to send our condolences to the Eastmans. It is a part of the agreement that we all made. When we are born, we are happy, knowing that life has an end. When we are 16, we are showing off our physique. We sweet 16, you turn 20, you're happy. You all over the place. At some point, it goes down and it has an end. And for those who have their children to take care of them, that they are not placed in some nursing home or some facility where they can be subject to degradation. You have to give it to them who kept their parents at home, took care of them. The question I usually ask, for those of us who demand excellence from our children, and they all get in their own professions and go in different ways, will we be that lucky to have our children care for us? Or will they just say, well, Dad, I'm a lawyer in this state, I'm a doctor in this state, I will put you in a very nice, care facility, living facility. So for those who are able to die at home, I want to take off my hat to their children and their grandchildren for doing the honorable thing, putting humanity over success, money, wealth, and film. Honorable Nagbe, we have bereavement of our family, the Eastman family.
Yeah, deep sympathies to Jimmy. I was wondering, Michael had asked him earlier to step in for him, and so I thought Michael may be having some family thing, and you announced Jimmy. So yeah, sympathies to Jimmy and the family. May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Dr. Budy?
Yeah, I saw the post last week. I reacted and commented on it. I think we have to also accept that she lived a good life, to clock 96. She lived well, and I think we need to appreciate that fact as well. Obviously, losing, I've had four people close to me go since the 25th of April. Buried one of my auntie yesterday in Philadelphia. She was only 51 years old. Died in a car crash in Arizona, beginning of June. So I know how difficult. Sorry.
I see
Yeah,
you related
I
to
was
that
thinking
family.
we didn't know.
I didn't know that you related to them.
What, Mrs. Zuba?
The family that guy in the car crash in Arizona from
Yeah,
Liberia.
my auntie was the only one who died. Yeah, she was there with
Oh,
her husband and his family. Yes, and so
wow.
yeah, and yeah, so obviously she was laid to rest yesterday. I followed the ceremony online. It's painful. I know that Mr. Eastman, irrespective of the
Of the
fact that
age.
she had lived a good life, the family will be, in a very difficult place at this moment in time, and it's important for us, because we're all brothers on here, even though sometimes we disagree with each other. But it's good when you have people who care about you reaching out and expressing condolences, because it's weird, when you lose someone that close to you, losing a mother, starts to you struggle to fill the void. There's no anyone that can replace, a mother in your life. I'm still fortunate to have my mom around, but I know, people who've lost their mothers, and it's a tough situation. So I would like to say to Mr. Eastman and his family that we pray that God will guide you through these difficult times. And obviously we're here, as your brothers. If there is anything that we can do to help ease the discomfort and the sorrow that you're going through, then please let us know. And yeah, we hope that everything goes well in terms of your honoring of your mother, the barrier services of appreciation and worship. We pray that everything goes well. But yeah, we will be, just know that we're behind you 100%, and we're wishing you well and the family.
Thank you, Honorable Gay.
Yeah, Jimmy, in the Liberian way, I want to say, never mind, take heart. Um, I too have an elderly parent. My dad's 95, mom's 73. So I can relate to having the elderly parent and things of that nature. But no matter their age, you still don't want them to leave you. I don't know about other people, but my mom is 73, in the way in which I'm close to her. I don't know. I'm now, waiting to get that phone call, but it is life, right? There's something that we all will face, unfortunately. It's part of this life cycle. But in the time of, grief, bereavement, I pray that the Lord will strengthen you, because everyone goes differently, and
Hello?
nobody can say, I understand your, that's one place that you can say, I understand your pain. Yeah, I know sometimes we use that phrase, but no, grief is completely different. It's completely different. If you have not lost a loved one, then you can say, I feel your pain. But when I lost my younger sister in 2019, that took me to Liberia abruptly. Man, it was difficult. It was really, really difficult. And that's when I realized that saying to somebody, I understand your pain, was just out of ignorance. And I pray that God consoles you, give you the strength, and reflect on our good memories, and in those find solace in the Lord.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been on this show for years. And Mr. Alieu Kamara have been learning how to hold up the phone. Sometimes he comes out, only his nose you can see. Sometimes today he came in upside down. Sometimes he can't sideways. Then he
It's
had
the stress. It's the stress of trying to defend the indefensible, right? That's the problem.
then
Y'all caught the brother of slack one day, man. Come on.
then he upside down. He said, "Can you hear me?" Hell no, we can hear you.
I know who they call Benu. That poor Benu, he gave me hard time. Benu,
Yeah,
every time I call
no,
Benu, they come
Benu
face
that-
down
Like,
for him.
Benu
looking at one of her daughters.
I had granddaughter that usually set him up.
Oh,
I told him to buy a tripod, something to hold it, but you want to hold it against the pot.
I ain't get a cookie pot. You. Hey, Mr. Kamara, if you listening to me, get take a bottle of water. Just a bottle of water. Put it there. Put the food right there. It will be-
But he
Or-
almost,
Or
Wait.
invest in one of these, right? Or what is it? Invest in one of these. See here?
no, not too,
No, I mean, then you can get it for like $5 or like $5.
Yeah,
You know, boy, I haven't sent a man lately.
Yeah,
I get money for the bad thing.
Every time your phone out of your phone, or like Mr. Gayman said, you can't have face.
Mr. Kamara, you okay? You finish eating your how do you call it, your money something, the rice and sugar. You okay? Yeah, I think your sugar level was too high, so you came outside that way. It's all right. Welcome, Chief.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gayman. Glad to see all of you guys.
What happened to the audio?
You see,
You got something on the device in the background.
Call your thing off in your ear.
I'm sorry, I had two different devices on at the same time.
You didn't have to tell her we knew that work. The first time you see Bluetooth, you see he tried to put it in your ear. Look, you see?
No. When I'm
Notification button to activate, press space bar.
see what I'm saying right here? When I'm using my my computer, I have to use Bluetooth because I can't focus on the screen. The light is too much for my eyeballs. I gotta hear the computer. You see what I'm saying?
So I heard someone say that again yesterday. They say I left my Bluetooth home. What you're talking about are the earbuds. The Bluetooth is you don't carry the Bluetooth anywhere with you.
The Bluetooth is the technology that allow you to connect it wirelessly.
But why he's setting up a sympathy to Dr. Budy as well?
No, but I'm talking. You interrupt. Then you say, "Why you setting up? Who's setting up?" Nobody's setting up anything. I'm talking. What I'm saying is that I'm sorry for
I didn't understand what you said, Mr. Nagbe. So forget about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
That's a high tech stuff for you.
Okay, so again, with all the nonsense you're doing, I'm glad to see you. Everybody looking healthy, and that's a good thing.
In spite of all the suffering you're causing in Liberia, we're looking healthy. That's a good thing.
Go ahead, Mr. Gayman. Let's go ahead with the show.
Alieu, Jimmy lost his mother. Dr. Budy lost his cousin. I mean, I'm not saying good or die. Oh, death is not good, but somebody died at 51. That's
pretty young for us, yeah.
Mr. Budy, my condolences. That was fairly a young man. My daughter wouldn't want to hear me say that because that's my age. She always called me an old man. I said, okay, that's fine. But 51, I think by our standard, that's a very young person. I don't know how close you guys were, but my condolences.
Thank you very much. We're very close.
Jimmy also lost his mother.
Oh, wow. But Jimmy was just on here a few minutes ago typing. I don't think it's really hitting him hard. But Mr. Eastman, if you're hearing, if you're under my voice, my condolences. May her soul rest in perfect peace. This is one of the things that we owe nature. All of us sitting down here would begin to disappear one at a time. And it is a reality that we must accept, whether we like it or not. My condolences again.
Yes, guys. It been 96 years. That's good. I know the family very well from the outside. They live a good life. So it's all right. But God, let's get to business here. There's a lot going on in Liberia, and I want to thank you guys for leaving the World Cup and coming to our commitment to the Liberian people. Good thing today, there's only one game. So it's over with tomorrow. We'll go back to the cycle of 3-4 games. But for now...
they sent South Africa home today?
No, South Africa qualified.
No, one at knockout stage, right?
They made...
South Africa going to 32.
Alieu has no idea what you're talking about.
The game is still on. They're still playing.
The game is on in the 87th.
But we look at the points already here. We know South Africa is going. That's what I'm saying.
No,
we're already in knockout stage right now.
They are trying to get to the round of 16. 16.
Oh, 16. We're already in the 32? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're South African now?
Oh, me? I can't stand those suckers.
Oh, yes. But guys, this is what's happening. Let's go to what's happening in Liberia. We want to do a weekend review to go and sort everything out in the week, but we don't have time. So we're going to start off with the trending story in Liberia, which is the coming together of political leaders and political actors in the city of Zwedru. Mr. Anthony Gay is the host. That's his hometown. Zwedru is hosting all the politicians here. And it turned out that the keynote speaker at that particular event turned out to be Alexander Cummings. In the audience were other political leaders like Honorable Musa Ability, Samuel Freeman, the former Associate Justice Kamara Jene, and tons of other folks. So let me start with Alieu Kamara here. Since you're the last to come in, you'll be the first out. You know, that's how it is in management. So let's talk about Cummings had something to say about the Unity Party. He says, among other things, that the Unity Party should do all they can to expedite the investigation in the drug deal, and that nobody should be a sacred cow. And what happens to the 6 names, why the 6 names have not been addressed, but everybody else. Why nobody have been elevated from people of interest to suspect after they have done drug busts, they have gone to the home, they have captured drugs, they have done all that. Why nobody have been elevated from person of interest to suspect?
Yeah, but first of all, I don't agree. I don't believe you when you say you're using managerial skill here, because we're here every Sunday, and you wouldn't. Most time you don't even want to recognize me. All of a sudden, you set a time trap for me. You say you're doing managerial something, but no issues. No, I think Mr. Cummings should speak. Like all opposition actors, they should all speak. What remains constant as far as the GOL is concerned, the work of the national security will be done in accordance with their TOR and how they find it fit. So what Mr. Cummings was doing in Grand Jury was nothing bad. He was playing his role as a leading political figure in the country. That's all I see. There's nothing to make a whole lot of emphasis on regarding what Mr. Cummings said. He said it before. He went to Zwedru. Everybody have been saying it. Even a political nobody like J. Peter Nagbe have been saying it. So everybody's saying that stuff. It don't matter. So let Mr. Cummings speak. Peter, I got you.
Honorable Gay, Alieu have decided not to address any of the issues that Cummings mentioned. Cummings mentioned the RIA drug bust. He mentioned transparency. He mentioned all of those things. Alieu decided not to address either one of them. Talk to us.
This typical of Mr. Kamara. He's always dismissive of the conversation. He comes here and be dismissive of everything we have to say, what the topic is, and he just says what he wants to say. Look, Mr. Kamara, if it wasn't for collaboration, the United Party won't be what they are today. It's the collaboration that fueled the United Party to gain relevance after 2017, a defeat by the CDC, right? So to sit here and dismiss political parties coming together, to celebrate the 22nd anniversary of CDC, it's not something that I expect him to acknowledge, because that is his strategy, to see it as though it's nothing. But first and foremost, in 2019 and 2020, the defeat of Georgia in 2023 started 2019 and 2020. And you know the reason why? Because there was serious issue in the country that opposition capitalized on, and CDC did not give back her voting until 2023 election came. The same thing is happening now. Your defeat is right here. Number 1, FOIA gates. Number 2, Guinea border issue. Number 3, the drug issue. Number 4, job creation. The joblessness in that country. And the hardship to the point that purchasing power is at its lowest in the country since post-war Liberia. And for you to sit here and say, oh, the circumstances that happen in Grand Jidekane is nothing. I mean, look, first and foremost, you extended a settlemental steel deal that already have 5 more years on their contract. What was the rush? You did not also negotiate for a settlemental steel to be a client to LEC. You allow a settlemental steel to start working on their own power plant. You signing deal all around a place that is not in the interest of the Liberian people. Rice is our staple food. You go almost 3 years into the administration, and you can boast of reducing rice input. 95% of the rice on the market is imported. We have up to 46% of the rainforest of West Africa. We got water and sunlight that rice need to grow. You're not addressing none of those things. But you think you will bring back Bwaka in 2029 when you're going to be about 85, 86 years old or almost 89 years old. And you think the Liberian people will sit there. No. So there's gallery here. And another good thing that happened for my county is was the first of its kind for my county to be highlighted politically. You know, Grand Jidekane have been taken for granted for a long period of time. So I like the fact that they even chose Grand Jidekane and major political actors gathered in my county. It is a plus for my county as well.
Wow. South Africa Canada just scored in the 92nd minute. Jeez. Wow. So it looks like Bafana will be headed home. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me go to Dr. Budy. Dr. Budy, the issues that Cummings is raising is good. All the issues are good. But people who are historians in Liberia will say, we have seen these gatherings before. We have seen these people come together. It has never worked until they will be passing around, speaking the big book and doing everything. But when it comes to who is at the top of the ticket, then everybody wants to go their separate ways. So is this a repeat of the past or this is something good?
You know, I'm glad. Thank you, Mr. Gayman. I'm glad that Mr. Gay went before me because he touched on 2020, which as Mr. Kamara was speaking, I went quickly into my folders to check the date. So on the 4th of November 2020, I wrote an article in the then Bush Chicken newspaper. It's no longer in existence, and basically my argument was that George Weah won the elections the second round because people like Cummings, people like Benin Ayure, and people like what's his name, the late Senator Bromskin, did not coalesce around a Joseph Boakai. Again, I supported Boakai's candidacy in 2017 because I felt George Weah was bad for Liberia, and I thought Boakai would have been a better candidate at the time. And the argument I made in 2020 November, as we were going to the senatorial elections, is that look, the CPP must keep that momentum. They must stay together because the numbers, because I ran the numbers from the NEC database, and it showed that George Weah won the same amount of votes that he won in the first round. In the second round, where it was Prince Johnson's votes that put him over the edge. And I argue that if Bromskin, if what's his name, Cummings had said vote for Boakai and done what Prince Johnson did, and their numbers align as Prince Johnson did for Weah, Boakai would have won. That was my argument, which I said, look, they need to do. Look, I believe that when it comes to incumbent leaders in Africa, defeating an incumbent is difficult. And when you fragment the opposition vote, it makes it even more difficult for there to be change. So Liberians, especially our political leaders, need to learn from that. It will be a good thing if they can stick together. I'm a big concern, obviously, that the CDC is a part of it because my hope will be that Liberia can divorce both the Unity Party and the CDC come 2029. Because they've had over 20 years of leadership in our country and they've done mess, right? They've done absolutely nothing good for the country. So both of them needs to go, right? But if this coming together can utilize the popularity of the CDC without giving them authority, then it works, right? So you can utilize their popularity without putting them in the forefront. Then that works for the Liberian people. I also believe that what Mr. Cummings said is useful, right? Justice delayed, I think that's the idiom, is justice denied, right? And in this case, something as major as millions of dollars worth of drug bust is an urgent issue for the republic. Hence, justice should be expedited. That the individuals who are being shielded or allegedly shielded should be brought to the table so that they can face the music. Because Liberians need to, and last week we talked about, is Liberia a narco state? We need to try and get that tag of us, right? And to do that, this president needs to demonstrate for the first time in his 3 years as president that he has some balls, all right, that he has some spine, that he has backbone to do what is right. And what is right is there should be no favor for anyone. Whomever is involved in this must face the full weight of the law. Then maybe Mr. Kamara will have something to come here and talk about. Until such time, I think he should just ideally just come here and be quiet. Just we can see his face, but don't talk much because there's nothing much to talk about this government.
Victor, we have been around this before. I guess in the late '90s, we saw Waterspoon. Was it Waterspoon? The former pro tem, the late pro tem, what his name?
Watterson,
Watterson.
Clinton Watterson.
Yeah, Clinton Watterson
Really
and
was, yeah.
who tried to put this thing together, and then it came down to it where it fell apart. Other folks have done it, and it has fallen apart. Is this a repeat? Is this another the pageantry where everybody comes, show up the beautiful suits and their cars and give beautiful speeches, and then come 2029, we'll be back to square one?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. What is in the Grand Coalition? Several attempts have been made at this. The latest being the CPP, even the NPP, PUL, I think, PUP, and CDC coalition. It was very tenuous, but notwithstanding, they were able to pull it off. But you're right. There are concerns. But first of all, let me recognize the magnitude of what just happened in Grand Gita. Um, I've seen some of the UP minions, tapping away, the keyboard warriors, you know, crying baby and all of that, trying to diminish what has happened. But let's not kid around. The fact that the opposition leaders are able to come together on a platform, and in a unanimous voice commit to removing this government. We just done nothing for our people since they came in, other than just fly around and jolly jolly. You know, I think that is noteworthy, and I think we should take note of that. Now, there were some contributions made by these speakers. I will highlight the one made by Musa Zambelete, the CMC political leader. He was sounding out the fact that we cannot expect to do collaboration that we've done in the past and expect collaboration to work. Collaboration should not just be for the simple purpose, the singular reason of attaining power. There has to be guardrails, there has to be guiding principles put in place. Participants have to be defined and refined. I believe those are the words he used. They have to commit themselves to the principles for which we are collaborating. If we cannot do that, then the CMC will go our way and do the best we can, even though we all know only Charles Taylor has single-handedly won the presidency post, civil war in Liberia. But there can always be a first time. So we will wish to be a part of the opposition community, and we want to be a part of it. I was one of those who was very, very upset that the former president is not president in Grand Gita, but I've realized this is not about him. This has to be about the opposition being able to come together on one roof, and join a common cause. And I think that is what happened in Grand Gita. Of course, the gathering was not about forming a coalition. because I know Monday morning they will come by and call it a failure. They've already started on other networks, asking whether they're it, but that's not it. This is the beginning of what is to come. And so we're very, very excited and very happy about what happened in Grand Jide. I know the various principals are going to come back to the various constituents and explain in much detail what happened. But we congratulate them that they were able to come together and join the CMCDC in celebrating their 22 years of existence.
Excellent, excellent. Let me welcome Mr. Mame. Oh, Mame, you see the shades he's wearing? We're talking about the Godfather. Welcome, the Godfather of Bumming. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Happy Sunday to everybody, and congratulations to everybody who's celebrating anything, and to the audience that watching from wherever they are. Would like to say hi and thank you for joining, and God bless you guys.
Great, guys. The game just ended. Canada had eliminated South Africa 1-0 in the 90th minute of the game. Great show by Bafana, but Bafana, we don't like you. Nobody likes you. You are an orphan. Go back. Go back to your country. Go back to your country. Go back.
Go back.
Yeah,
go
you
back.
can go back to your country now.
You gotta be gentle. You gotta be gentle. It's not everyone of that is bad.
Yeah, this country is this. Go face your own country. Go face your own country.
Go back.
No, but in all fairness, there are some. No, the vast majority of South African are decent people. It's just this handful of people.
Oh well, that's
and I was
good.
on the platform today. We have a very, very, very good conversation.
Let's continue with this show, man.
Listen,
Capitalization of the presidency.
I would not allow you to say that because the presidency, the powerful presidency of South Africa, is doing absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And these people are parading. So basically, these people are doing what they want to do, but they couldn't do. Mohammed, welcome to the show. We are talking about Grand Jide is on fire for the first time. They are having a major political event in Grand Jide. And the whole country has descended into Grand Jide County. One of the men that I have to give credit to is the former Associate Justice, Kamara Janet, who has all reasons to be upset with the CDC and actually want to be removed within their midst. But he said something today. He said, for me, it is not about me. It is not about what happened to me. It is about the country. If we want to move our country forward, then we have to go beyond these minor stuff because it's about him. I thought that was very, 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 very important. And someone who would be considered a true patriot to go where they had done you harm. And in our Christian faith, the greatest power that anybody has is to forgive. And he was there, no venom, no animosity, no grudge. He didn't say anything bad. He just went there to support Liberia. I thought that was something that we all have to cherish.
Yeah. So I don't know. You see, we have remarkable and exceptional people in the country, and one of those people I consider is Cabinet Janet. He's very educated, but he lives his life as an example for us to follow. Forgiveness, especially for a generation. You understand? He's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for his country. He's put his ego aside. He's put his pain aside. And, and he has been able to come together with the opposition to celebrate not an election, but a democracy, a political institution 22 years in the making. This is something that I expected even the United Party to come and be a part of. If they have any degree of what democracy is. You understand? So I appreciate all of those that gathered there yesterday, on the day that they gathered. I appreciate the Musa Beledi. I appreciate Mr. Cummings. I appreciate Simon Freeman and all the other political leaders who gathered there. They sent a signal. This is a message that we have a united front to confront the power that be to confront the drug cartel, to confront those that are making our people jobless and homeless and hopeless, to confront those that are giving away our territory to the Guinean, to confront those that are creating no job for our people, and all of the above. And so we want to commend them. We want to say we are here to support them. We might be neutral right now, but when it comes to opposition unity, that time when it comes, I'm going to be a full part of it to ensure that we remove these people who are sophisticated crooks and criminals, these people who are considered GOL to be now the government of looters, because all of them are taking advantage of the old men to go ahead and loot. And so, and the person does not have any spine, you know. I've seen he has not shown any spine in the midst of all of this drug revelation. He has not shown any spine. No testicular fortitude to be able to confront the people who are destroying his government. And our generation is going to be the victim. And so we're going to praise those who gather yesterday on the day of that particular celebration, and we give them kudos. And we ask them to continue. Please let them continue. Thank you.
Mr. Gayman, can I have like 30 seconds, please?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I disagree with you, and I don't know how to pronounce the word very well, so I'm not going to use it. But I sternly disagree with you, and I sternly disagree with what Mr. Mohammed said about Associate Justice Cabinet Janet. Right now, when he was removed by the CDC, I was against it. I wrote, I think, an article suggesting that these guys were after him from way back in 2006 when President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf first appointed him, and it had nothing to do with the Road Fund. But this is the same guy that endorsed boycott. This is the same guy that came out last year and was complaining because he didn't get a job, right? So his going to Grand Gillette County is not because all of a sudden he's had a eureka moment and like, whoopsie, he's come to Jesus moment and he's come to do the right thing. He's in it for himself, not for the Liberian people. So for you to put that much praise on him for turning up for this, I like the man, right? I disagree with how he was treated by the CDC government, but his action in going to Grand Gillette County has nothing to do with his love for the Liberian people and everything to do with the fact that he's pissed off at this government that he endorsed in 2023 and they didn't give him job, right? So let's get that right. He's not going there because he loves Liberia. He's going there because he vexed with Boycott. Like Boycott ain't getting job. So he is against Boycott now. So please, let's get that correct.
Well, let me just disagree too, you know.
Go ahead.
Mr. Janet is a person who stands for the truth. If you have observed him from the time past, he anticipated that this government would have been better. And to be honest, Joshua was having some bad performances and he was having some bad moments. So it made people angry. It made people but they thought that Joseph Boycott would have done better because he had not served in government as president. So they gave him an opportunity and they supported him, expecting that he would have done better. But what they have seen is even worse than what Joshua did, and they have had an epiphany, you know, and they have come to Jesus moment have come, and they have realized that this man is not in the interest of the country. And so this is the reason why they have decided that for us to be able to move, take Joseph Boycott out of power, we have to have a united front, and that's the reason why he has become a part of it. That's what I think. I don't want to disagree with you, and I don't want us to go back and forth. You have your right to disagree, but that's what I have seen for at least for the moment I have observed him. Thank you.
Great. Let me welcome the great Benjamin Fanier, the great singer out of he came on right after Canada won the game. Then he's coming here smiling for he was very jittery and scared.
Mr. Ben Frank. Long time.
Ben, congratulations.
I first met you on Focus on Liberia, and you're here again.
Yeah. Hello, guys. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. I'm very sorry I was here last week on time, but we had a major game today, and I want to say congratulations to the South Africans and congratulations to the Canadian team. And it's just wonderful day. I'm actually in Ottawa right now as we speak, so there's all kind of joy going on, cars speeding and people honking all over the place. I think this is the first time they reached that far, so
that's correct.
It's a very emotional time to be here.
Yeah, the region around 16.
And they are the first country.
Yeah, and I don't know how it is. They have only one game today. I don't know. I was kind of set for a lot of games, but just one game today. So
Yeah.
But you guys are special. Now you are the only hero in town. They're not going to discuss anybody today.
You know one thing I like about Canada for that basketball, that the whole country, when Toronto had to go wrapped up in that, the whole country can be supporting.
That's
Today
right.
again, walk
That's
up,
right.
you know.
Hey, listen. Today, the BBC, ABC, CBS, ESPN, they are not going to be talking about any other victory today but yours. So
Yeah.
there is,
Mr. Gayman, 30 seconds, please.
yes.
I just want to, sometimes we just be talking blah, 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 blah. We got to look at things for what they really are.
Okay, how are they?
Somebody come on here and say, this government is doing worse than what CDC did. They have nothing to show for their statement. The reason why today or yesterday you had all of these political parties driving their fabulous, fancy vehicles to Grand Jude County is because there are roads to Grand Jude County. Wasn't that something that Joseph Boakai did? The last time Joshua ever went to Grand Jude County prior to JMB coming, he had to go through Ivory Coast. Why can't we acknowledge? We're talking about Cabinet Janet here. Cabinet Janet's purpose of joining the unity, supporting Joseph Boakai, was for Joseph Boakai to give him redress. What you did to him, illegally remove him, using the law, of course, and you remove him. He wanted either his position back or he wanted his $800,000 or $80,000, $80,000, whatever it was. He didn't get both. So he goes back. He said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's what Cabinet Janet is doing. So for somebody coming, I don't get it. But then again, everybody have the freedom to speak. But go ahead, let me hear what Fania got to say.
Sorry, Mr. Gayman. Mr. Alieu, Kamara, why you even congratulate me? Say I supported your point. You should say, "Oh yeah, Fidel, today you even say I support your point." Say.
I'm not even paying attention to you.
Mr. Fidel, Mr. Fidel, we are talking about
I'm paying attention to you.
Yeah.
the CDC,
Yes.
and all the political hegemony. Today, all the stars have lined up in sweat. Your take on the
Yes. I read the theme of the day, and I just want to say to my friend who just spoke, I want to tell you this. We cannot reasonably compare the CDC government to the UP. I will tell you this. Comparing anything at all to the UP will be a disservice to the CDC, because George Weah government was very incompetent. George Weah government was a mistake. I supported George Weah. He one of the tragic mistakes we made in that country. I will tell you this: people expect the Unity Party, to do well. So I think when these issues are raised, I don't think they are later trying to put the UP down. But anything that will be comparative to what George Weah did, it should be far, 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 far. Far above. Because I'll be honest with you. The 6 years of George Weah was marked by failure, total failure, if you ask me, total failure. So I don't want you to feel when we come here, especially me, when I come here, I'm only asking that the UP, do more. I'm not trying to put them down in terms of what George Weah did. I'm one of the individuals who I am very loud and screaming that George Weah should never be allowed to win an election in Liberia again. Look at what happened in Grand Jude. This is what I thought would have happened there. It is okay to call the UP out on some issues, but at least give us some briefs in terms of what the alternatives are. Give us some kind of knowledge in terms of what you can do. But I'll tell you this. The ANC, unfortunately, a party that was reduced from, they have almost 1% of the vote, leader that I would say literally is lost. A few months ago, this guy gave George Weah a red card. He declared George Weah and his team a gang of thieves. He said, stop the stealing, stop the looting. And I see Liberians say, oh, politics. No, this speaks about integrity. They speak about honesty. We want people to lead Liberia. We want transformation. And we have to be honest with ourselves. If this man, a few days ago, he was saying, George Weah mingling with them, and he wants to go through them to come, to come to lead Liberia. I mean, for me, it's unfortunate. All I would have to say, I read through the list of what we had to discuss today. I think what happened in Grand Jida was a disgrace. It was a total disgrace. CDC, if you ask me, they should have found somebody neutral to talk about Liberia and talk about some of the accomplishments of the organization, in the sense that this organization was a grassroots organization that I would say at the time held the hopes of Liberians. But George Weah let Liberians down. George Weah underperformed. That's not, I can't compare anything that's happening now to what George Weah did. So we will continue to hold the Unity Party, accountable in terms of what we expect them to do, but it will be fair to them, because the UP, in my assessment, I could be, I will respect everybody's view. I think the UP has done a lot, but I want them to do more, because at the end of the day, we want conditions in Liberia to improve.
A lot is vague. Let me know what a lot is.
I will give you one. I'll just give you one example. I'll give you one example, just one before I leave. No, I'm not leaving before I turn the stage over. Everybody was talking about the trip from Monrovia to Zwedru. Everybody's talking about that. And people say, oh, for the first time, no car got stuck. At the very least, we can appreciate that. At the very least, we see.
I have photo of car stuck today.
Excuse me, sir.
Can you see,
we should give praises where it is due, but we should also hold them accountable. What I'm trying to tell you is that you cannot tell me that since this administration took place, nothing has happened. That would be a disservice. That would be a total disservice to even the person who's saying that. At the very least, this is the only administration that at least we are seeing ministers being suspended. George Weah was there for 6 years. No reshuffling, no accountability. We have all the others going here and there. Did nothing happen? So at the very least,
listen, man.
Listen now.
Mr. Gay, I'm going to mute you now. We don't want to do that.
You see, what we are doing here, we are doing what they call comparative analysis. You see, so for me, I want the Unity Party to do more, but I will not compare them to anything that George Weah did. I think that would be a disservice to them, because I think even if you talk about the maturity, the act of governance, let's be honest with ourselves. Back in the days, George Weah will go to the studio, make music. Well, we are speaking right now. This is the anniversary of the organization that gave you state power. George Weah is in the state watching World Cup. That for me, that's a sign of irresponsibility. That's a sign of irresponsibility. You got people, other leaders who came to attend a program organized by your political party, and you are not present.
Okay, 1 minute.
It says a lot. Thank you.
Honorable Fanny,
yes.
Is it true that you are one of the founding members of the CDC?
No, I would say no, but I joined the CDC in 2009, and I was a CDC USA executive member.
Good. Is it true that you were expecting an appointment from the government?
I saw that coming.
Listen.
Yeah.
So just as we are accusing Mr. Alieu Kamara is accusing Kamara Kabila Janet of being a sour grape. Are you a sour grape?
No, I will say this. I will say this. Everybody who knows me from the CDC, you can even ask Mr. George. We are in the CDC. My AKA is blood. I was saying from the day that I joined, I am not interested in a job in Liberia. My goal is to be a part of a process that leads to transformation in Liberia. I'm not interested in a job in Liberia. I have a job here that pays very well. I'm comfortable. But also we should remember where we come from. I'm from West Point, very poor town. And I'm just interested in improving conditions in Liberia. And I always wanted to see that.
Listen, real quick before I go to the other guy. When was the last time you were in Liberia?
Well, I was in Liberia, I think 2016, 10 years ago, 2016, right?
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Let me
make a point there, but Dr. Budy can come up. So,
no. Dr. Budy, go. You wait for your turn, my man.
No, let me
No,
say,
no,
let me
no,
say,
no,
After Budy, then Victor.
No problem.
Then
You want me to boot up? You want me to boot up? No problem.
Go ahead, Dr. Budy.
No, because Mr. Fenier, right? I was on
Yes,
the show
sir.
with you last week.
Yeah.
And I remember very clearly you said that you cannot commend a government for doing what they were elected to do. Now you're telling me that the Bwaka government made the road, if I've not seen the road, but if you're saying that the road is good, right, the cars didn't get stuck. Now, 1 week later, you're telling me from what you said that, oh no, everything you said last week I should discount, right? Because last week I was on the show with you and you said, oh, we can't commend Bwaka for doing what he is elected to do. Building roads are one of the reasons Liberians elected Joseph Boakai. Now you're singing his praises for building roads. So how do I? You talk about integrity, right? How do I consider you a man of integrity?
Yes, I think
something, and the next week you say something completely different.
I think you misunderstood what I said. We were talking about governance. We're not talking about a particular action. Listen, a government last week. Last week, I think somebody mentioned that we should praise the government for the road. I'm talking about, you see, I mentioned a couple of things, but you didn't say everything. I talked about the rule of law, audit, and everything. What I'm saying is that listen. Last week, somebody singled the road out. I said no. People are elected to govern because when you're elected, you are being paid to do a job. We cannot praise them just for the road. I'm saying if somebody is saying nothing has happened, at least there are some singular things you can point to. No. That's what I said. No. Listen now. Listen. This trip. Let me land. Yeah, this trip. You see, somebody was saying, "Oh, there's nothing." I said, "No. If at least one thing, because I didn't say it. What I said I heard people saying that, oh, they drive from Monrovia to Zwedru, no car. I'm not saying that's what I heard people saying. People say the drive was smooth. So I'm not saying I'm praising them for roads. I'm just trying to say that it is not all blame, but the major thing that you missed here was the comparative analysis. I was comparing the CDC administration performance to the Unity Party performance. I will tell you this, I will never compare anything to the CDC because the CDC was below the standard. Everything CDC did fell below standard. Let me say one last thing. When this administration took over, right? There was an audit at the central bank, and in the audit, you guys can go and search for that report. George Weah and his people, they took a total of $173 million from the Central Bank of Liberia, and the manner in which they took it was what they call OTC. They took the money over the counter, $173 million. That's a GAC audit. It's not what I'm saying. You guys can look for that audit. So these are things that happened that were totally bad that are not happening now. The issue, I'm making comparative analysis in terms of governance. Thank you.
Let me go to Honorable Victor Lambert, and then we'll go to
I'll be quick because we're many here on the panel, and I will appeal to all of us to keep it short so that we can all have an input. First of all, let me put back on Mr. Fine here. We are suspended Nathaniel McGill, the most powerful minister of state. That's a suspension. We are suspended Serena Seaforth. He's suspended Bill. There's a lot of people we are suspended. So I don't know what the comparison is, but let me say this. I think it's a first choice for us to continue to compare these two failed administrations of Liberia. In the 80s, my brother-in-law owned a Volkswagen Passat. We drove from Harbor all the way to People. So we've been driving on the road. I'm from the Southeast. So people drive from here and go to Dreadwood. I've been seeing the UK people all over on Facebook, that is argument they're pushing. People drive from. Is that really the development we should be talking about?
I would just push back on that.
No, let me finish.
Go ahead.
They're talking about people driving for 9 hours. That road should be not more than 3 hours if it is a good road. So now that people are driving on it, I saw Musa Belede car all engulfed in mud and all of that. That's a road you will come and talk to me about. That's the development we should be talking about. Oh, at least they drove on here in 9 hours. Not a 100-mile road. That's 9 hours you're driving for, and that's what we must come. I don't see that really as worthy of comparison. You know, I want to say a lot, but like I said, I will leave it here. I think when we come here, let's be honest, you know. And Mr. Fine,
my brother,
I
let me
have
just
respect for you, but I'm beginning to question your motive. You know, I think you're biased. I think your analysis are biased. You know, if you're going to make
my
this kind of
brother,
comparison, I
you
think
know,
you
my
should try to
brother,
balance them out. This
Because
you know, my brother,
Sorry, Mr.
I will
Gayman,
say
that's
this.
last
No,
minute.
I will say
Mr.
this.
Fidel, you
My
gotta
brother,
have him finish.
okay.
What does it mean to suspend anybody without consequences? Is that what we're going to debate here about? We have suspended people with no
Okay.
consequences. This president is suspending people without consequences. In fact, this president is suspending people and going behind the house and paying them. You talk about the government, the national bank. He's paying Alex what's I forgot his name. You know, Tarwoe. Over $300,000 he giving the man. He went to LTA, fired some of the people for the same audit, and put Abdullah Kamara there. He was a part of that group. And that's what we're going to sit here and talk about. No, I'm sorry. That's not my thing.
Okay. Let me just push back on that. You know, the first thing is, McGill, you see, these are some of the things that even caused me to even disassociate myself with George Weah.
Fidel, you don't have to respond to everything. You're not
McGill, you know, McGill and the other individual that you mentioned, I remember when they got sanctioned, George Weah suspended them. And this what happened. That's what this is the thing you left out. George Weah said there was going to be an investigation. You can Google my name in the front page African newspaper. No investigation materialized. Nothing materialized. So there was an inaction. But let me tell you this. On the record, Wilmot Pay is no more a minister in Liberia. This was a minister that was dismissed. You see, for reasons best known to the state. But what I'm trying to tell you is, George Weah's leadership was hold on.
On a very questionable circumstance. You brought out. Let's talk about it a little bit.
No, but hold on now. You see,
You were dismissed because you were trying to save your country and advocate for the good. That's why you're dismissed.
No. You see, my brother. You see, my brother. There's someone here talking about integrity.
And the Supreme Court said you did it illegally.
Excuse me, my brother. Somebody raised the issue of integrity here. When we come here, we should be fair. You were just mentioning that things that you left us on factual parts of it, because when George Weah suspended those people, he took no actions. He said we're going to investigate it. He promised an inquiry. He did nothing against that. And there were scores of other things that happened under George Weah that nothing, no administrative action, were put in place. So you see, we came from a very dark place. And just like what you said, I want to agree with you on this. You see, that's why I don't like to compare anything with George Weah administration, because George Weah administration was below the bar. It was below the bar. So as we move forward, let's hold the Unity Party accountable in terms of what some of the standard expectations are. So I have been, if you go on my page, you say I'm biased, I will tell you this. I want to contest the next election. No, hold on. Let me learn. I want to contest the next election.
No consequences. Abdullah Kamara dismissed from LTA, no consequences. I mean, I can go and name them to you. So I really don't see your point at all.
Let me go to Gay. Anthony Gay, go ahead.
Look, Mr. Fenn, when you come here, don't portray something that you cannot exercise. You talk about integrity, accountability. Your own voice on this platform says one thing, and you did completely different thing. That the Budy held you accountable to that. You justified that. The second thing here, you talked about.
Please cite that thing. Please cite it.
When you said the government was elected to do a job, and we should not praise the government for doing its job, right? Then you want to justify the role. The role is government function.
No, did I justify it? I said that's what I hear people saying. I heard people saying that. No. I said no. You guys, let's be honest. Go ahead.
Mr. Gay, I'm coming to you. Mr. Ben Fania. it would be even bad for you to say your statistics is based on what they say. You hear people that. But anyway, go ahead, Gay.
Look, I respect the fact that you have the ambition to run for the presidency of Liberia. That is your constitutional right. I commend you for the courage, and I wish you well. However, though, to whom much is given, much is expected. If you holding other people to this standard, we will even hold you higher because we expect you to know better and do better, right? You can't say Joshua did not suspend anyone in your administration. Eugene Fagon was fired. He was a minister. He was fired from Joshua administration. He was the very first person, right? I mean, we can't come here and pretend as though that the Bwaka administration is so, doing so well. Look, let me give you some stats here in 30 seconds, right? ArcelorMittal Steel operated in Liberia for 20 years. They have 5 years left on their contract. President Bwaka hurriedly extended their contract for additional 25 years of operation, increasing their volume of iron ore from Liberia from 5 million metric tons to 20 million metric tons annually. They will be making $2 billion annually. Liberia making 20 billion. You do the math. Instead of negotiating for ArcelorMittal Steel to be LEC primary client for electricity, ArcelorMittal Steel is building their own private power plant for operation. When the Liberian government was negotiated and have the CLSC line from Ivory Coast, that we already have 5 functioning substations in Liberia to supply ArcelorMittal Steel. That's a direct customer that will pay every month without excuse. You can take that money and expand electricity access across the country in other sector. You have the SOE, the state-owned enterprise, contributing 0 to the national cover. In 2025, and you want to talk about accountability? I rest my case.
Yeah, my time is again.
Go ahead, Mr. Alieu.
Yeah, mommy time.
Yeah, you see.
Go ahead.
That's my turn. You see, Mr. Gayman, we're in trouble. And in the reflection of that trouble is sitting right on the show, shining under the gate, where we can come on the show and bring up pedestrian stuff. The president of the Republic of Liberia do not just give concession. You have your people who are the butcher over there in the House, in the Senate. They give these concessions. All right? But when we say, you're supposed to get it, the LEC to get to Medasti. LEC cannot even fully supply Monrovia. So in other words, what you're trying to tell the people on here is we should get more current from Ivory Coast and give it to Medasti and get Ivory Coast more money instead of Medasti building a plan that will remediate for Liberia. That's the kind of thing that you're coming up with here. Look, let's go back to the issue here that you guys are giving Fanny a hard time for.
Say that one more time. Because you building their own power plant, how is that going to benefit Liberia? Say that one more time.
But they building in India.
How is that going to benefit Liberia?
Let me learn. But don't give me hard time. Let me learn. So, if I tell these people, don't say they say Alieu say. Right here, I'm sitting right here. The regular buses that run downtown Monrovia, those long buses, CDC carried, I think about 3 of them. They drop on over there, are low to the ground like this. Never got stuck in any mud. Now, we're not, then the mega talk about 1964, he brought a Passa. We're not discussing 1964. Since the Civil War, the only person who have touched these roads happened to be Joseph Parker. And should we put him up and get him gold plate? No. But if we say nothing, they want West, even the job we are. That's what Fania was addressing. It was the dishonesty in the expose that this man was discussing. It doesn't mean that Joseph Parker have moved Liberia from stage 1 to stage 10. But even if he had moved Liberia from stage 1 to stage 3, he is doing something. We can impress upon him in an honest way.
Like what?
But
in one sector of government,
listen, guys, listen. Look, I'm gonna go to you, Mame. But
let me finish. Attack me.
Go ahead. There you go. Go ahead.
I just talked about somebody driving low bus on the road. Is it not one day? I'm gonna talk about one. Okay? A series of things that go. Look at the police. The recent police graduates all have bachelor degrees. They're all going to serve the police in different administrative functions. That to you, that is nothing. But it wasn't done by CMC or ANC. You understand what I'm saying? I go to Liberia every year. Gayman is in Liberia every year. This CMC man, if he's honest,
No, the function of policing is to stop crime.
But let me learn now.
Education. I disagree with you on that.
Yeah, but let me learn.
But Mr. Nagbe, if he said that the government pay for their university degrees, then it makes sense. But if the people have their own degrees, and they apply for a job, you can't get job.
But wait a minute now. What kind of people? But your way is the next person when I come around to
Listen, guys. When you are coming here to talk to someone like us, and you want to talk the contract, you want to come with some stats. So let me go to the MCC school call.
No, but before you do that, I will not give up my time for somebody to come filibuster around here or go back to things that will just be regurgitating. The reality of the matter here is that the police now is becoming more standard, more high professional, ethical police. That is something. We're not saying that, listen, we're not saying that just because somebody didn't pay somebody's school fee, but when they sought good people and qualified people to put in the police force for a better provision of security, and you say that doesn't matter because you didn't pay the people's school fee. If you are a manager, and you are a manager, Mr. Gayman, and you hire qualified people to do to run your company, that's not smart on your part. That is not something. Come on, gentlemen. You can't just be negative.
That's it. 1 minute. Guys, let's speak to statistics here. Let me go to the MCC scorecard. Let me go to the World Bank because these are people outside of us. It says here, despite...
I'll be back, man.
Listen. There you go.
I found it.
I knew you were going to run. Despite macro level stability, poverty remains very high in Liberia. Over half of the school-age children are now out of school. 2026, 50% of school-age children are out of school. There's no electricity, especially in the rural area. So half of the age school children are not in school. And deep disparity between urban and rural living conditions persist. This is now I say, or they say, or someone say. I'm reading the fat book. Let me go to Mr. Mame. Mr. Mame. Thank you very much. I'm talking to you after Mr. Mame.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Fania, people have observed that your analysis would be considered dishonest, or at least to some extent not disingenuous, because you were one person just last week, said people should not compliment people for what they were paid to do. Today, you contradicted yourself. All right. So if you did not contradict yourself, then I would say it's a biased analysis or maybe a Janjaweed analysis. Because you cannot say George Weah did not do anything. Because we're saying Joseph Boakai did not do anything. I did not say Joseph Boakai did not do anything. But if that is the case, George Weah did something. Even Samuel Kanyado did something. That's not what we're talking about. Everybody that came to power did something. What we are talking about is standard. Before Joseph Boakai could come to power, he tried to give us a standard. He said MedTech will be done away with, MTN will be done away with, all of those concessions. Today, what we're seeing is MedTech is still with Joseph Boakai, MTN will still with Joseph Boakai. All of those concessions, all of those things that he railed against, he kept them. Today, he suspended people with, look, Matthew Nyamplu. What did Matthew Nyamplu do? Matthew Nyamplu was only exposing the fraud in the scholarship process that was brought to the Liberian people. Was that a reason to suspend him? Today, he doesn't have a job in the government. Some people come on this platform, they say they don't want a job, but we know definitely some of them will take a job when they are given to it. Didn't you support Joseph Boakai? And you want to tell us about comparing George Weah and Joseph Boakai? It's a much failure than George Weah because Joseph Boakai has a lot more experience than George Weah, who did not even have experience. So to whom much is given, much is expected. For a man like Joseph Boakai to come to power and you set the standard so low, But George Weah, who had no presidential experience or even vice presidential experience, you set his standard high. That is disingenuous. And and so I would commend Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai created 70,000 jobs that he put in his speech. Thank you for that. I would tell Joseph Boakai, thank you for the 60% water that he water and sewer manager talk about. That 60% of the Liberian population got water. I would tell him thank you for that. All of the border that he got in our border with the Guinean, I would tell him thank you for that. The joblessness of the Liberian people, I got to tell him thank you for that. And 2029, we tell him thank you and show him the exit door. Thank you, Mr. Fania.
Okay. I just want to touch on two things. I'll be very quick. The first thing I want to tell you, mentioned Mr. Matthew Nyemplu. My brother, all of us here, my assumption is we have we are somehow employed. In every institution, there is something called SOP, there are standard operating and procedures. I was in the CDC administration. Let me tell you what I did. When I disagree with them, I engage everybody in the chat room. I engaged them for months, maybe a year and a half before I came public. What I'm saying is, Mr. Nyemplu, yes, he can have his disagreement on one aspect of the administration, but they have standard operating procedure. My brother, you will not own any firm and have what I would term a disgruntled employee almost just being riotous. They are frameworks for protest. They are frameworks. Okay, let me go to the next one. My friend, talk about the ArcelorMittal. My brother, I don't want to sound like standoffish. These concessions, do we understand how they are negotiated? You see, I see Liberians, some other people say, oh, the people are making millions of dollars. Yes, but they are operational costs. There are other associated costs that are not announced. You see, one of the things I do not like about the way we handle things in our homeland is that most people are opinionated or they are biased in terms of their analysis. Because whenever an investor comes to Liberia, to anywhere, my brother, one of the motive of opening any enterprise is profit. What we can say is, how much did we negotiate in terms of getting an agreement that benefits the state? And what was the negotiating terms like? And what is the profit margin for this country? Because some of the figures you will hear, they don't represent profit, they represent totality in terms of cost. So until we look at the green, we dig deeper, then we can be in a position to make, then we can be in a position to take some stand. I will tell you this: I am not a fan of Joseph Boakai. I'm only being. Let me land.
One minute, real quick. Let me interject.
Yes.
Let's see, Mr. Gay, for now, real quick.
Yes, sir.
You are talking about contract. Okay,
yeah.
Global Witness, even Global Witness says 66 of the 68 agreement negotiated under Joseph Boakai was actually. Joseph Boakai was vice president and president of the Senate that oversaw these agreements.
They said going way back.
They were so flawed that they were crime against the people. So what are you talking about?
No, Mr. Gayman, on those contracts that were identified because they were investigated properly, I agree with those assertions. I agree with them. But those, now those should be the basis for us to say, okay, how can we make adjustment in terms? No.
You have to start treating Mr. Fania as a guest and more as a panelist, right? We need to move this on.
Because
I'm done. Let's go ahead.
Great. Let me go to Dr. Budy. Dr. Budy, I think Honorable Fidel here is actually today he got into the call foot and mouth disease because everything he said is affecting you. Everything out of his mouth. But he talking about corporations come to Liberia and they are entitled to making profit. I understand that. I'm a Republican. Trump wrote the book. He said, when I go, it's an art of the deal. I'm going for 100%. If the other guy is stupid enough to accept it, I take it. This is where we are coming from. The Liberian people have never.
Whenever we see Iran. So.
Listen, You guys have never listen. You guys have never listen, guys. You have never negotiated in good faith on behalf of the Liberian people, as evidenced by 66 out of 68 contracts in Liberia.
That's all government.
Of which Metal Steel was one of those corporations. Metal Steel was one of the corporations. Yes, sir. Doc, go ahead.
Yes, I'll be quick. So in 2011, I actually drove from Monrovia to Harper, right, and to Cleveland as well, and we didn't get stuck on the road, and I was under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I remember July 2011, the 26th was in Lofa County in Vonjama. The road was done. We left Monrovia in the morning, I think about 10 o'clock, and by 4 o'clock we're in Vonjama, right? So because we're invited to the 26th. So to say that good roads in Liberia post-war only happened under Joseph Boakai is a lie. So Alieu Kamara is lying, right? On the point of ArcelorMittal, look, again, I'm not going to waste too much time on it because Mr. Gay has already addressed the issue, right? President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joseph Boakai negotiated really horrible deals for the Liberian people. It's as simple as that. We have international non-biased organizations that have come out and said it. So we don't need to labor the point. I do hope, and I'll end on this point because I know we'll have to bring other people in, that I've only sat on the panel 2 weeks now with Mr. Fenier. I hope that the sample size is not big enough, right? Which is why I'm judging him the way I'm judging him. I'm hoping that once he launches his platform and start to communicate to us kind of what he can do as president of Liberia, he will be more. He will be clearer. He will be more consistent. He will be able to demonstrate more integrity. And then some of us might look at his candidacy and say, okay, maybe we can trust him. But for what I've seen so far, yeah, he's not getting my vote.
Oh, let me go to.
No, I didn't know your vote. You can vote.
Let me go to Victor Nagbe. After you, then I go to Mr. Gay. Mr. Fennel got foot-to-mouth disease.
No, I will give the space. I'll go to the net. I made my point. I think Mr. Ben Fine's analysis as slanted, they tilted towards, the UP. Obviously, you pointed out. I think he's a jolted lover with the CDC. I think he's on a mission here because he's disappointed with the CDC. So I disagree with his comparison. But you can pass. You can give them somebody else.
All right, let me come in for 30 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Mr. Gayman, look, let me just tell the folks on here, the guys who must criticize. A guy like Budy must criticize regardless. So, the audience listening, I want you to really go to Liberia with an open mind, not with an opposition mind, just a neutral mind. And Mr. Fani, I put you through this challenge as well. I know right now you're speaking from a logical perspective. You don't have the physical evidence on your hand. But go to Liberia, go around Liberia, go to the different government agencies and sectors, see their day-to-day running, and compare it with the CDC. These guys will be here telling Joseph Boakai, thank you very much. They don't understand. They talk about George Weah suspended people. No, George Weah did not like Eugene Fagon because Eugene Fagon was speaking against his own government. He got fired for that. You can't compare that with Joseph Boakai suspending Abdullah Kamara permanently for just the integrity, just the name of him being involved with corruption, removing him. Do you understand me? And even at that, Abdullah Kamara was investigated and acquitted. Show me one person in George Weah people.
Except that he was being pinned by the president while he was being investigated.
Excuse me. I don't know why CMC believes that they're relevant in the I don't get it. So when the man
Alieu Kamara,
can you control this guy? This guy they never give a chance. These guys are thin skin. These are not politicians.
For 30 seconds.
You understand me? But we have a moderator. We have a moderator. All right? The moderator can say, Alieu, hot there, I'll start right there. I believe in, following the stuff. And this Budy guy can just come on. I can tell you, say, oh no, Jowiata, I took my little pasa, like Mr. Nagbe Pasa. I can tell you, I drove from Grand Bassel, River Cess, Grand Crew, came back down to Sano, come to Maryland, come to Graduate. I can say that. I want to say that. But what we are telling you, the evidence is there. Go now from Buchanan to RTR, from RTR to Greenville. And people are driving taxis on those roads. Could you have done that 3 years ago? 4 years ago, I know you would say you drove there. You would say you drove there. Go ahead, Mr. Gayman, man.
That's why
it's my turn. It's my
let
turn.
Let me go. Anthony Gay, before you come, I'm looking at the country transformation index. Okay? And it says here on the dashboard.
And once the webman says it's true. What I'm telling you, you're never going to buy it.
That is just so childish.
The
right?
English is speaking at a white man language.
Once the webman says it's true. Once the webman says
using the webman technology to communicate right now.
But you need to teach Budy how to talk. You see how you disagree with me? But Budy got to call me childish just to piss me off.
No, but
So what I'm telling you about first-hand experience. You bring in document from IMF.
But listen, you know what?
That's the only one that you will listen.
Did I not give my first-hand experience?
Who's talking to you? You far with man.
But let me read the index. It's we're talking about country index, right? It said to the region of West Africa, Liberia in particular, right? It says political transformation. The index gave Liberia 6.3, and it says here.
Where is the index from? Where is it from?
I said I'm talking about right here.
Where is it from? Which agency?
He said World Bank.
I know.
It says here. It says 2026 Liberia score 3 or 6.3 is considered a defective government. Then they say political transformation, defective government. Then they say 4.07, very limited.
Defective government.
Listen.
Anybody government, defective government.
Listen, guys. Economic transformation, 4.07. It says here.
Okay, so it said defective government.
Very limited. Then it said governance index 5.02 moderate. So here we are, political index.
Don't say moderate, say defective.
No, defective. That's your political transformation. You're not doing anything to transform the country. So you are defective.
Only thing you're talking about, man. Share that in. Share that and let everybody read it. Put it in the chat room.
A 4.07. Which is very limited. Your economic system is very limited. So here you are running a defective government.
We need to clap for Alieu today because if we're not funny now today.
Go ahead, Mr. Gayman.
No, Mr. Gayman, a bad man.
Mr. Gayman. No, please, 1 second, I beg you.
You can't blame the messenger, not the message.
Mr. Gayman. I want to say this though. Let's be careful with the research because I do research myself.
No,
what you can do?
You didn't bring nothing here.
Mr. Gayman, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something.
Anthony Gay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Let me tell you something, Mr. Gayman. What you just said, I want you to look at the methodology of those stats you just read, because sometimes some of these things they are like accumulation. They are not like 1 year. So look at the methodology, and the methodology will tell you when the data that you just read, when they were gathered. You got to look at the methodology. You see?
But listen to this.
So,
okay, so you want to go to the methodology? Let's go to the conclusion of the research.
No. Get the methodology first.
No. There you go. Take over from here. It says the conclusion is. The conclusion in one sentence it said,
you going step by step now, go to the end.
Some 21 years after the last civil war, and the government has not managed to confront a violent past, and the widespread sense that justice is being denied is persistent. Justice denial is persistent.
They play that warfare obviously not now. Liberia is safer than that place. Excuse me. The play warfare air Liberia is safer than that place. I'm telling you.
Let me say this, right? Let me say this. Dr. Fania, I said doctor said, but maybe you'll get to the doctor level one day. Mr. Fania,
I'll be doing my PhD next year. So thank you.
But
when you go to campaign, you
spoke about concession agreement and MDA and other different things. My question to you: what is the urgency for the contract that still have 5 years left on it, and the company is asking Liberia to extend the operation in Liberia for
This is
additional?
the main reason why AFC can get only 1%. You stay on that thing?
Oh, you're asking me, right? No. I can answer him.
Hold on.
I can answer him.
Hold on. First and foremost, the company said to the Liberian government that they did not make profit in 20 years of operation in the country. They did not make profit. They were in 20 years, not 5 years, not 10 years, but 2 decades they operated in loss, right? And now they're asking for additional 25 years at the price tag of 500 million to the Liberian government. They still have 5 more years left on their contract.
Okay.
Where was the urgency for our government to extend them for an additional 25 years, given the fact that they are operating for 20 years and they said they didn't make profit?
Yeah, I can just answer that. You see, I want to. You see, my good friends, I want us to look at things holistically, right? Let me just give you an example. Uber that you see is running all over the place. You guys can research that on your phone. Uber has never been profitable since it was organized. It's never been profitable. You see, there's what they call cost of doing business. Sometimes these entities, right?
No, hold on.
Let me learn now. Let me learn. Yes, Uber.
When you ask question, you don't want to answer.
Let me answer now. Let me answer. You see, the thing is, some of these businesses, right? Especially so when you're into extraction, once you identify a mine, right? Even though immediately you don't make excess money, but you use that identified deposit as collateral to access loans. And when you go to bank to access loan, the bank will say, "But do you have a contract?" So there are many things that we don't know. What I would say is these things should be researched and they should be brought here with specifics in terms of data. I don't know why they were in a hurry, but let me tell you what I do know.
All right, let me stop.
I know, my brother. Hold on, now, let me learn now.
I got the data on Uber profit when you ready.
Hold on. So you see, when we look at these institutions in Liberia, because the way the state is managed, this is not only from the government, since the end of the war, most of the time they experience shortfall. Sometimes, not in all instances, the state needs money, maybe to pay for payroll or to fund a hospital or whatever. Sometimes even our government go to these institutions to take taxes in advance. Do you know that? So there are so many factors here that we have to consider before we come out.
Because of the incompetence of the government, our people should suffer. That's the way you say.
No, I'm not justifying it. I'm not justifying, my brother. I'm not justifying it. I'm saying no.
I use my time.
My brother. You know, let's have a dialogue. Yes. You see, my brother, I'm telling you that. I'm telling you some of the conditions. Some of the conditions. Yes. No, some of the conditions. Some of the conditions. Some of the conditions. Yes. No. Just Google.
Don't put anything else, Mr. Gayman. We'll know how you will read it. Don't put anything else.
About Uber. Let me read what it says here.
Read it. The
question is, he had is Uber a profitable corporation? He said no. It says yes. Uber is highly profitable. Then it went into the numbers.
Uber is not a non-for-profit, so that's not an issue.
Let's know. Come on now, listen. It's an operation income. Operation income. Uber operation income reported the gap. Operating income of $1.9 billion, reflecting massive ongoing structural profitability of the company. Gross booking and revenue. Gross booking Climb 25% a
I think
year.
you guys are taking the
No,
literal
no,
word.
no.
The
Give us
literal word
profits.
from
Give us
Fania.
profits.
The
Give us
word, the
profits.
literal word from Fania
First
is
of
what
all-
you guys are taking.
No.
Give us profits.
It said right here profitability. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
No,
hold on,
give no.
hold
I
on.
said
Let me
profits.
find-
Profits.
Dr. Fania,
Let me get it.
Okay.
Let me get it. Data you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
2023. Is a gay one.
Go ahead.
Is a gay
Yeah,
one.
only
Is a
get
gay.
get 1 minute. Dr. Budy,
Wait now.
30
Let me
seconds.
do-
Listen, get 1 minute. Dr. Budy, 30 seconds. Go ahead.
2023, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uber made 1.1 billion.
That's
right?
correct. Yeah.
2024, they made 9.8 billion profit.
Give
not
me
profitable.
profits.
We talking about profit.
No, you are giving me sales.
PROFIT.
You are giving me. Put it
I
in the
said
chat room.
profit.
What the
You are giving me sales. No. Uber operational cost. Their operational cost far exceeds their.
That's so man. Come on. Okay,
Hold on. For somebody who challenged Uber, right? Challenged Uber on multiple fronts. Let me help you here. When Uber first started, a driver used to get 80%.
No, don't change this topic. Give us profit. No. You going somewhere. Give us profit.
Y'all told about it in the chat room. Let's read about it. I don't trust Mr. Jimmy reading this thing.
Listen. In 2016, a driver used to get
80%. No. We don't want that. Give us Uber profit. Profit after every expense. Give us the profit.
Listen.
Give us profit.
You gave a profit and you rejected it.
Yeah, they make
Right?
you
I
profit.
gave you 23 and 24. And you said
They
no.
rejected it. Let me give you
Uber.
right now.
Oh
don't
my
stop,
God.
stop any Uber driver, man. Ask them.
No, I'm not saying the driver.
Uber driver, Uber
Oh
profit.
my
Okay,
God.
let's go ahead. Let's go to the topic.
No, because here's the thing.
You
Every
see
driver
that?
right now for Uber is taking anywhere between 45% to 65% of the fare.
Do you know the operational cost of Uber? Do you know the cost?
That's not our job. They are reporting profit.
They are not a profitable company.
Come on.
That's it. The only app they had. Nobody
That was not part of our topic. Let's get back to our topic.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Let me go to Mr. Mame. Mame, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Fania, what I realize is you take your information from, I don't know, whoever, you just say, people say this particular information can be disputed easily. Uber made, I will admit, my risk, in fact, I used to be an Uber driver and I have a stock in Uber. And every time Uber makes profit, I make some profit. So from 2004, am I being heard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. From 2003, 2004, 2005, in the first 14 years of Uber's operation, they did not make profit. I will admit
There we go. There we go.
But Uber has been
No. You just made my argument. You just made my argument.
No.
You didn't say they
Go ahead.
You guys take words literally. You know what I'm saying?
Uber profit for please give me a chance. Mr. Budy was giving you Uber profit for 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. Uber have been making massive profit. But according to you, Uber has never made profit since its founding. That is the claim I want to dismiss.
My brother, Uber is not a profitable company. The operational costs far exceed their profit.
Make 9.8 billion profit. And you say they're not profitable.
So okay, here. Let me ask you one thing. For the first 14 years, they incur all the losses. How did they cover those losses? How did they cover the first 14 years losses?
Listen.
How did they cover the 14-year losses? How did they cover the losses?
Nobody told you that a business would make profit the first day.
But that's what I'm telling you now about the Salamita deal.
Every business has a forecast that within a certain period of time you're going to have a return on your investment, and that's
that's what I was telling you about the MDA. That's what I was telling you about the MDA.
Listen,
that's the point I was telling you about the MDA.
Mame, go ahead.
You see? No, that's the point about the MDA. The company Salamita might not be making profit. You don't know that.
Go ahead, Fania.
You see, you don't know that.
I would say, Mr. Fania,
yeah.
Statements need to be questioned.
Thank you, my brother.
They are meant. Can you just allow me to, let's
go ahead.
So Uber has been making profit, massive profit, according to what Mr. Budy gave you. I just confirmed it, and not only that I'm confirming it because Mr. Budy said it. I have a whole lot of stocks. I have stocks in even the recent SpaceX. I have stocks in it. I have stocks in Uber, and I even drove Uber. Uber is making massive profit. So Uber has not made profit. And we in 2026, and Uber made massive profit in 2025, in 2024, in 2023. That particular statement is factually untrue. It's not real. It's biased. So that claim was wrong. Uber has been making profit. Every when it's established, maybe in the first few years, it does not make profit. But you cannot say
you talk about 14 years loss. You can recover it. A 14 years loss. You cover it with 1 year.
Of course.
Not 1 year. In 2026.
No, for Uber first 14 years, there was no profit there. There was no profit. Total loss.
That's not an argument.
Mr. Gayman, let me come in 10 seconds.
No, Mami is not done. Go ahead.
I appeal to you to please allow me to finish. Just give me 1 more second. I know you in this for a reason. I want you to understand that I'm here too for my generation. I'm fighting for my generation. And I just fair enough to tell you that in the first 14 years of its operation, it operated at a loss. Mind you, some of those people reporting loss is for financial, for tax purposes. Trump was running his businesses and he was reporting losses. That does not mean that he was actually getting lost, but he was trying to make, like, squeeze the system, siphon and funnel resources by taking advantage of the tax system.
Are you suggesting they are?
So I'm saying
cheating?
Now, I want to be fair.
No, how did they make up for those losses? How did they make up for those losses?
Can you let him learn, please?
Let him
no, how did they make up for those losses?
Let him learn.
Uber is not a company that was established to experience loss throughout its lifetime. Uber have been making profit. You have to acknowledge that, even though in the beginning it had loss. But Uber is now a profitable company. If you ask now, is Uber a profitable company? The answer is yes, because they have made profit in 2026, 2025, 2003. They have been making profit for the last 3 to 5 years.
You cover a 14 years loss in 2-3 years?
Yes.
You cover it?
That's a different argument.
Listen, that's a whole different argument.
Mr. Gayman, 10 seconds, please.
No.
If this is the best we have to contest for the presidency, then my brother's in trouble.
Guys, let's Fidel close so we can go and then.
Okay. Yes. You see, my brothers. You see, some of these things. That's why I'm saying we have to have the total understanding. I would just want to emphasize this point. The ArcelorMittal, that company, might be operated at a loss. And somebody said, earlier on, somebody talked about state-owned enterprise. I think some of us, we have to know why these things are established. Some state-owned enterprises, they are designed to operate at a loss because they are only designed to give some services to people, like your license, your licenses, your ID card, DMV. Most of those, sir, I'm just saying something. Some state-owned enterprises, they are designed to operate at a loss. So it's not all of them that should give the government money. Maybe some people don't know that.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Let me learn.
He's closing, please.
You see, so when we come to these things, my brother, I like the exchanges. I want us to look at things holistically. Governance in Liberia, I will tell you guys this, it needs to be improved. But as we are advocating, let's be fair. I am not a Unity Party member. I want to unseat the Unity Party, but I will give the Unity Party credit when it comes to comparative analysis with the CDC administration. The CDC administration was the worst thing that happened to Liberia. The ANC is just about rudderless. And I hope 2029 Liberians will make the best decision, because you see, when individuals or organizations say they want to lead, sometimes we need to ask them questions. Who are you? What is your work experience? What have you done? Most of these people in Liberia, the leaders, they have been hovering in and around the government of Liberia. Anybody who have worked in the government of Liberia for a long time, I have questions, because the government of Liberia for a long time have never worked in service of the people. Liberia is one of the few countries where people go to a government job to get rich. When you go to this job, it's like you joining the army. You go to serve. You go to give back. You don't go there to amass wealth. So all those kind of paradigms need to be considered. And guys, thank you for the exchanges. I welcome all of you guys. I will be here now every Sunday. Thank you, guys. I appreciate everybody.
We're taking for it now. Let me go first. Let's go to Mame. You came after him.
Yeah, so
I thought you said my time to close.
No. I said first in, first out. He came right after you. Then after him, that's you. That's how it goes. Before you say I'm cheating again. My man, go ahead.
So you said we're closing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much. I think this was a very worthy exchange, and we appreciate everyone who made it possible to be here. And I would like to say this. In our political dispensation, honesty is important. Facts are important. Facts matter. And we don't want to hear people who are trying to contest the presidency telling us information from DC or hearsay or somebody told me or somebody said. It is disingenuous. Some of the information that were provided here, they are not credible. Some of them, they were just twisted to be able to serve a particular narrative, and it's disingenuous, and we should discourage that. The next thing is when it comes to the opposition unity or the show of political force in Zwedru, I'd like to say hats off to those who were present, and I encourage more people to join. I know it was a celebration of the 22nd anniversary of the CDC, but it's also a show of force in the opposition to ensure that, and everybody can agree that most of the opposition institutions are trying to ensure that they unseat this government, and including Mr. Fania, and that's for a reason. If they were performing to the extent of the Liberian people expectation, Mr. Fania would not be intending to run for president. So it tells you that this government is inept, this government is incompetent, including the leader who sits at the head of the government. They are a cartel government, and the cartelization of the government begins with the presidency. And I would like to end with a song that say, yeah, and so when it comes to our platform, we'd like to say thank you for hosting us. And my last thing I would like to say, who let the drugs out? Joe, who let the drugs out? Joe, thank you.
Got a new song that will hit #1 on the chart. Go ahead, Alieu.
I am not sure people sitting here. I can let the drugs out. But look, let me just say this, Mr. Gilman, before I even start my closing. What Fania brought forth, it didn't have to be critiqued word for word. He was propounding, excuse me, I didn't invite him. He was propounding, let me just say knowledge, for the lack of finding a better word. Okay, a company, the point is a company can run at a loss, period. He didn't say Uber is a non-for-profit. That's not how it is registered. It is a profiteering country, a company. So just because he said they're not making profit doesn't mean he's saying they're non-profit, or we should take all the decimal point and everything and try to cross it. That's too much work, okay? The point is it is possible that a company can be in Liberia and actually lost over a period of time. That's very possible. Now, look, we want to, before I go, let me say special thanks to President Joseph Numa Boakai for being the people's president. He done nothing but listen to the people since he became president of this republic. Hospitals are receiving drugs. In fact, the drug depots are being built in every capital city. I mean, world-class drug depot compared to the zinc shack we used to have before. And they're all loaded with medication as we speak. The government right now, as we speak, is working on universal health care for all Liberians, regardless if you're citizens or you're just somebody. Everybody's going to have some sort of health security, and the president is working on paving the road as we speak. The road through the border with Sierra Leone, Waterside is being worked on as we speak, regardless of the rain, and you know we have some serious rainfall. The road from Medina to Rabosport is nearing completion. It's Kota. The bridges connecting Bapulu and the mainland Lofa County, there were no bridges in most of those places. Now bridges are being put there. People are traveling through, walking crossing rivers. Well, not having to have to be in canoes during the rainy season, because you know the river current is very powerful. This time of the year, people get drowned, capsized on regular basis. Joseph Boakai is working on that. He's fixing that even during the rainy season. Lofa County is being connected. All the 6 major districts in Lofa County, comprising the 6 tribes, they are being connected by road, easy access. Well, people in local country, marketeers and agriculturalists are kind of getting their feet, they're getting their grooves because of the development that Joseph Boca is carrying on. The Nimba country, the people there, you go there, you ask them, they will tell you what Joseph Boca is doing. So we hope JMB continue the work he's doing. We praise him for it, and we hope you guys, the critics and the detractors, should continue your work. But we also appreciate you if
Gayman, it will take 2 hours today.
if you put the government feet to the fire in an honest way, and that goes to you, buddy.
Budy.
Go ahead. Yeah, Mr. Gay needs to go because he came. I came before him.
That's right.
Oh, he's gone.
No.
I think he's gone. He's on a call. Yeah, I think he's on a call. Well, anyway, let me go. Look, first of all, Alieu Kamara is a liar, right? Let me just say that very clearly, because every time anyone says anything in this group, including today, on this platform, that this is the fact. The first thing he says, "Where's the evidence?" So I posted the evidence for the Uber profit, right? He's listed a laundry. He's provided a laundry list of all of the great things Boakai has done, but he's yet to provide any evidence. When we say one thing, he said, get evidence. Where is the evidence of the Kinu? Where is the evidence of the connection of the 10 tribes? Where is the roads that have been? Show us the evidence.
You don't see them?
Right? I don't. Listen, did you see?
I'm the only one on here with eye condition.
Mr. Kamara,
I'm the only one on here with bad eye condition. You see those roads. Don't lie to nobody else.
Listen to me. I didn't interrupt you.
Real quick, let me just show the one to my man.
Yeah, he coming from something from 2002.
This is June 22nd, 2026. In local country.
I gotta go, man. I got
I can close because you've been very disruptive, right?
Go ahead, Dr. Budy.
You're talking about disrupt. Who get disrupted on the show than anybody else?
Go ahead, man.
Now you're speaking people. Go ahead, man.
Now, I learned Boga, so I got to speak it, right? I have no choice. That's what I learned, so I have to speak it, right? At the end of the day, the way you spoke just now, and I'm sure Mr. Mame, will probably agree on with this, and I'm sure Mr. Fania will agree as well. Mr. Kamara, stop it. All right, stop it. Be respectful now. Mr. Fania,
Mr. Gayman, when I'm being interrupted, am I being disrespected?
Yes.
When people are closing, nobody
disrespect me every day.
When we are closing, when we are having an argument, we interrupt. But when we're closing, we don't interrupt. I allow you to talk when you were giving your closing. I didn't interrupt. When we're having a discussion, yes, we do interrupt.
I'm just hearing that. Go ahead.
But that's what happened on the show today. Mr. Fania closed. Nobody interrupted him. Mr. Mame closed. Nobody
interrupted me when I was closing.
Nobody interrupted
you.
I did not interrupt you.
We gotta go. Budy, you got time? Go ahead.
All right, thank you, sir. So, and I'm sure Mr. Fania will agree as well. When you were reading, it sounded like somebody who, in school, they say cramming. You cram, you memorize something, you just kind of spit it out. That's how you sounded, like it was very monotone. Like you just listing things that you had, you sat down today and thought about it. And like, when I go on the show today, I will say, let all the things Boyka did. Provide some evidence. Mr. Fania, we can disagree with him. And my disagreement was very simple. He said, don't take his words personal, literally. Well, he wants to be president of my country. I have to take his words literally. Right? If he tells me Uber has never made a profit, right? I have to take it as him meaning that Uber has never made a profit. Not to say, no, he meant that he made profit in the first 14 years. It's not my job to clarify his statements.
I said Uber is not a profitable company. That's what I said. I said it's not a profitable company. That's what I said.
That's not what you said. You said they have never made a profit. You said they've never made a profit. You can go back and listen to yourself. Go back. My advice would be to go back and listen to yourself. They have never made a profit. And then when we presented the evidence, you shifted your position. Similar to what you did. Look, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, Mr. Fania, because I don't know you that well. And, sometimes it can be very combative in this on point, because we're very passionate about Liberia. Each of us trying to portray, argue a position that we
trust me. I've been here for a while. You're the new guy here. You're the new guy. So I've been here for a while. So
no. I've not seen you for the past 2 years when I've been on the show, right? For 2 years you were not here. So I don't know how
we
you
the one
been
made Pania
regular.
run away from this show. You thought he wanted to be
I think
president.
he ran. Listen, guys, stop interrupting. I start saying something I won't say. At the end of the day, right? I will give you the benefit of the doubt, and I will wait to hear more from you to understand who you are and what you stand for, right? I believe that the statement by Mr. Cummings was good, right? Calling on this government to be swift in its investigation of the drug bust at the airport. I believe it was timely because there are allegations that there are individuals who have been shielded by the government. So I think it's up to the opposition leaders to question the progress being made
Jacob
to
got 9 minutes though.
investigate something that is so important to the Liberian public and Liberians in general. So I think it was a good thing. I hope that the coming together in Zwedru leads to something. I think I agree with Mr. Fanier that it was disappointing that George Weah himself wasn't there, given the fact that it was CDC's 22nd anniversary celebration, that the founding standard bearer didn't think it was important for him. That point I agree with. But I hope that, they're talking to each other, they're going there to celebrate CDC will lead to something. I'm not optimistic because I believe a lot of our political leaders are very selfish and they're very egotistical. Everybody wants to be president, not because they believe that they are the best for the Liberian people, but because they just want that title, similar to Boakai, whom at the age that he is, with the limited
You see, the man
ability that he has,
exactly 13 minutes, Mr. Jimmy. 13 straight minutes. Mr.
without
Jimmy, the man got 13 minutes. It's
without
time for the
inept
other
he
men to
is,
close.
that he didn't step aside and allow someone else more competent to run. He went there for selfish reason to prove to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that he can be president too, right?
Where
And
are
now the
evidence for that?
Liberian
Where are
people are
evidence for that?
suffering as a result of that.
Where
So
are
I think,
evidence?
look, Mr. Gayman, it's been a great show. With all the interruptions, I hope that the listeners heard my closing. And
You
yeah,
got
we'll be
any
back again
evidence?
next Sunday, as always, to hold this very corrupt and inept president to the fire. And Alieu Kamara can say as much as he wants to say, but some of us we have the capacity to push back on the nonsense that they keep saying and the lies that they keep spreading to make sure that the Liberian people make sure they make the right decision come 2029.
Thank you very much, guys. It was great. Let's do this again next Sunday, same time. Please be on time.
And yes, I will be on time next Sunday. Thank you, guys.
God bless.
Thank you.
Y'all, I'll be right.